It's nothing that is anyone's will outside of your own. So that's because you're forcing it on others that don't want to do that for you. So you are making people die for you with your fake cryptocurrency. So let me tell you about this Snoop Doggy Dogg dumbass cripping. Now they've been trying their best to encrypt the reality into their fake shit, which is only harmful and stupid. Because he thinks he's so smart. Because he's so smart of changing the reality. That don't make you smart. That makes you ignorant as fuck. When the reality is the most healthiest, happiest thing. So in the world of LA, where all the crippers lay, that is exactly what it truly is. Cripping. Their cripping is truly cripping. You know, like crippled people. You know the word that we know what a crippled person looks like. You know what we call crippled people. People who cannot stand on their own 2 feet, just like the normal human being. They got ailments. Their legs are all weak. Their legs are all cockeyed. They're in a wheelchair. You know, those signs, the blue signs, handicap signs, they really enforce being handicapped, being cripped. That is what they enforce. That's why I say this fake ass shit, because no medical professional, that's why they're trying to overlap with a whole teacher bullshit, because they don't want the truth. Because all they do is enforce you and to accept being crippled and not defeating all odds. Now, there are some people who get injured. There's some people who may be born with something, and their cripping is for you to accept where you are, lazy shit, never trying to exceed all odds, never trying to defeat all odds. No one in life to get better is defeating all odds. When you get sick, to get better is called defeating all odds, because when you're sick, what is it meant for you to happen to you? For you to sick and die. What? Get sick and die. That is what's meant when you get sick. We don't do it because we defeat all odds by making ourselves better. He wants you to, he tries to enforce not defeating all odds. If you are crippled, you must stay crippled and be as crippled as possible instead of defeating all odds and trying to be able to do more for yourself. Or, you know, like for me, I was born with I was a kid, young, my knees were like this. My knees were literally touching like this. They don't anymore. Because I worked hard at defeating all odds. The things I did as a kid allowed my legs to straighten up and get stronger. I was a child with weak legs. That's what he wants you to be. He wants you to stay that weak child with those weak legs and all kinds of shit like that. He wants motherfuckers who had an injury to never be able to walk again. That's what his cripping is. See, the Snoop Doggy Dumb crew wants to battle the wrong fucking things in the world. You know, he's not smart. He tries to pretend he's smart with the rest of them dumbass niggas from the street, with their dumbass cripping, like I said. Because the real fight in this world is all them viruses and diseases. That is the real fight that every individual is supposed to be fighting. That's the individual fight for your life, because there is viruses in this air that you cannot see that wants to take your life. They want to make your body their home, even if it means killing you. But that dumbass motherfucker is stupid as fuck. And all the niggas in the hood, because they too busy fighting each other instead of trying to fight the diseases. They spread their dicks far and wide to catch diseases instead of trying to prevent diseases from traveling and getting stronger in everyone's body. You know, that's the dumb shit. That's the dumb shit I ain't having. That goes against everything I practice and the beliefs of what my practice is. Nobody signs up to be a doctor or a physical therapist or any nurse to go and help people get sicker. That's not the reality. But that's the reality that they're painting. That is the reality that they want to enforce against my reality, which actually does the opposite. Fuck you, nigga. So with that said, there is no way possible my profession could ever be done over a fucking Zoom telecall. Fuck Rick Ross, he's gonna die. I don't give a fuck. Cause that's stupid. You know, look, how long were you in a coma, nigga? You didn't never woke up from your coma dream, obviously. But what I do know is that what I do is never effective behind the screen. My job, my career requires me to leave my home, go into the presence of the person who needs help, and physically help them face to face. That is the only way my profession works. But they want to try so hard to try and trap me and try to think that they can convince me that I should work from home, because that's the debilitation that they enforce. Trapping you at home and it only debilitates people. There are professions that are made for you to get up and get your ass up and go out. That's one of them is mine. My profession can never exist working from home. Abso-fucking-lutely not. People die if I work at home. Anyone who practices my profession. If we all decided to work from home, everybody is dying. There is no fucking such thing as practicing from home. No real doctor would just sit there and accept doing fucking televisits over the phone. Unless you may have a simple question, just like you can call the doctor and say, can I speak to the doctor, as an option, because you don't need to go to the office to ask a question. But an actual doctor visit needs to be in the presence of the doctor. But these dumbass motherfuckers want to set up everybody work from home no matter what you do, because they can go and set up a stage like they did during COVID and have private sessions and screen it out to everyone to watch. Wasn't that what they were doing through COVID? When they couldn't go on tour, they were giving little private studios and try and charge people to watch their shows. First, some of them made it free. Some was trying to asking for a little fee. They were trying all options to be the most laziest possible, because they have a career that they can do dumb shit like that. People watch videos on TV all the time. But that's no real profession that takes people's lives into their hand. And a profession that does could never be practiced via Zoom, televideo, anything. It has to actually be where people get up out of their homes and go to the doctor. The doctor gets up, the nurse. So it's never possible. It is never possible. And I'm going to put this out because I've been having issues where the company I work for, they offer that, because obviously there's some of these therapists, these home care, some of these home care companies that were trying to continue to function during COVID. That was only something that they could do on a temporary basis so that their business doesn't go down. But it was never anything they could do long standing while COVID is over. And when COVID was into play, they would have faded away because people would have been dying. There would have been no use for anyone to even call for help. They would have been dying. Just like, you know, those moments when you think you can't even call for 911, right? I'm dying anyway. I can't call. You know, the ones who choose not to call the ambulance and shit like that. So I'm just letting you know, while Snoop Doggy Dumb and the crew think they're so smart, but they're so stupid, they don't recognize there's careers that it causes people to have to actually leave their home. That is the only way this world functions. And the thought process that these dummies have is destruction of the world, because they believe in dumb shit that they don't know about. Thinking that anybody could just do anything they want, however they want. No, there's constructions to business that have to be be that way. I don't give a fuck what COVID did to people. I don't give a fuck if your business went down. I don't give a fuck about what you're trying to do to maintain it, recover, and be lazy. I don't give a fuck. Stop using COVID as an excuse to be lazy and cause businesses to die. Because there's a lot of businesses that are dying because of the dumb thought process of Snoop Doggy Dumb and the crew with their dumbass cripping. Like physical therapy. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers who got real lazy out in these streets that I see that would rather sit home in front of somebody's fucking screen to do their job and get paid and get free money because people are still going to die. And they definitely are not getting paid for people to die on their watch. But that's what will happen. And there's some lazy people here in LA that have no problem jumping on board with that shit. Lazy, dumbass, cripping. Fake shit. Shit that doesn't help anyone. Bitcoins that is not real. Because, bitch, you can't just make up anything you want and think that that's going to work, nigga. You're going to have to lose your life first. Not on my watch, nigga. You and your Bitcoin is going to die first. You and your fucking meme coin, you and your fake ass fucking digital currency will die first, nigga. You over here playing games thinking that people don't understand that. I understand it. I understand. I'm not stupid. I know because I know the digital currency before the internet that me and my dad had. Digital currency is about your life. Digital currency can only be valid if your life is valid. You tell too many lies for your life to be valid, so you are poor as fuck. But you trying to flip numbers because you think that people ain't going to notice. But nigga, they will. When people are losing their lives like they are now, it's easy to notice that you are stealing currency, claiming that it's yours, making up lies, letting people die for you when your fucking currency and you were supposed to be dead already. Because you over here thinking that you can manipulate the truth about your life to make yourself valuable while you're fucking not. And people lose their lives for that shit. That's how the money get made up for. That's how you get your money. People who deserve what they got to die for your fake ass shit so you can fake that you got some currency. Y'all go and travel across the world telling all your lies because each country has their own set of currency and their own history, and you think you can manipulate and play with that shit. And that's why the world is going in destruction right now. Because y'all lying asses with no fucking money, no fucking currency, no Bitcoin, no meme coin, no crypto, anything, nigga. That's fake shit. Fake shit is non-existent. Because that is supposed to, the cryptocurrency is currency of your life. And you are fucking worthless, nigga. So you ain't really got shit. Stop lying to people. I don't go the route to try and claim my currency. I don't have to. I know my worth. And it's a whole lot more than yours ever will be. Like, how many times has that hoe got to be bit by dogs for you to recognize that you's a fraud? You the only one claiming that you a dog out here and like her ways. Actual dogs, actual canines do not like her at all. They despise her. Their loyalty lies with me, nigga. I've encountered many dogs in my life. Never really owned many, but I've been around many like family. And there's more than one occasion these dogs that I be around hanging out with bit that bitch through her skin while she plays victim about it. Because she's got a Snoop Doggy dog. He loves her. Obviously, all up in his Rodney ways, all through the LA streets. And the dogs had enough. They've been acting up because of me, because they never liked her. But you do. And that is something they can't handle. They ain't trying to hear that, nigga. You are outnumbered. You are not even a real fucking canine, nigga. So Grace and them on Watson Place were known to have a bunch of German Shepherds in their backyard. They just kept on breeding dogs, and all they did was get sick, full of fucking diseases, and died in the backyard. Most of them. They got to sell a few in the beginning, but most of them died because then they kept on having puppies that they were out of, and they were at the mercy of their owners. Because why? That's their owners. That's who got them chained up in the backyard. They have an open fence, so everybody who walked past their yard in the back, their little area in the back, through that back alley, stayed on the other side of the alley when they would pass her yard, because they actually would bite. And here I am, the cousin that come through. These dogs, I was a little girl then, and you know how dogs are with kids. And they saw my heart, and they could tell that there was a great difference between me and the rest of them, and had great love for me. And when I would show up, I would always be like, where are the dogs? I would go to the backyard. They were always ready to see me. I'd go back there and hang out with them. I'd pet them. And I would love on them until they started being infested with diseases and I couldn't touch them anymore. But I would still go back there to go see them. Walk past, stay away from them, try not to let them get too close to me. And I'm sure that they were understanding because they understood what was happening to themselves and who was doing it to them. But they were at the mercy of those motherfuckers. They had no choice but sit there and die of diseases. Now, as I'm a little kid, what can I do? You know, animal control was supposed to be called to save them, but that wasn't the case. Nobody cared enough. But I'm a little girl that they were in love with and was loyal to, a bunch of German Shepherds that everybody was scared of because them motherfuckers will bite. And that's not the ones that got Roberta big. She was scared of them. She was too afraid to even go in the backyard most times. But that's when they noticed her fear. And as she got older, they started noticing other things that they didn't like about her. And then she started getting bit by dogs. And to this day, I'm very sure that they still don't like her. And if they ever have an opportunity to bite her again, they definitely will. They definitely will. And now that they know, I'm sure they won't hesitate to come bite you just like they bit the neighbors next door. On my word, nigga. I ain't your Miss Cleo. You will never hear me asking you to call me now just because you want to call me. Oh, and let me
I think I'm just going to show up as a...
what I said, because I would never say letting people die for you, because that's not what you're doing. You're making people die for you. You know, it's nothing that is anyone's will outside of your own. So that's because you're forcing it on others that don't want to do that for you. So you are making people die for you with your fake cryptocurrency, and so you shall die for it. You know, you think you're the big giant, but these millions of motherfuckers that are dying for you, they know how to take down the big ass giant. He gets killed and taken down every fucking time, nigga.